Well, welcome back to Factorio TSM, Seablock and TSM. So last episode we finally managed to get our titanium ore processing up and running, and it's just receiving a little bit more resource from the mineral sludge. Long way off triggering for more ore, but that's all good. We've set up a system that picks up the sodium nitrate so that we can keep the nitric acid under control, but we do seem to have an issue with the sulfuric acid, which I think I traced back to oxygen. I've built another oxygen up here. It's not what I'm going to worry about today, though. We'll worry about that some other time. What I really want to do, and why I'm up here, is that we need to build another process for... in fact, I'm going to fill in a bit of the landfill over here if I have some on me. I don't really. Maybe I should have checked that before I started. But the process to make titanium is one of the more complicated ones, I guess. Where is a bunch of... Have we rebuilt this yet? Restocked this? 12k, that's quite a lot. That might even be enough. I guess there's probably... Over here, there's probably quite a lot as well. 16k. Maybe I'll go over there and grab that, because otherwise those processes will come to a crawling halt, which we certainly don't want. I need a better way of accumulating all of this landfill together. Not sure what it is yet. Are we getting through tech? Yes, we're getting through tech. We're doing some of the blue plus military tech. What's this? Big burner generator. Lab research speed. Well, since I've only got 4 labs, maybe I should do that. Laser rifle. There's a lot of things here that, given the nature of our water environment, that seems cheap. Might as well just do it. Sniper turrets 2, explosive rocketry, personal laser defense, discharge defense. We're kind of running short on the options when we're picking things like that. Maybe throw that one in. Oh, what have we got here? Poison mines. Radars 3. That actually... Well, we were already finished anyway. What's this one? Nuclear fuel reprocessing. Well, I think we're a long way away from nuclear fuel anyway, even though I'd like to get there, rather than this sort of stuff. Where's my path? Here it is. One of these days I'll remember to paint a path along here. Yeah, I'm not so worried about those collections. They're very low. It's more these collections. So if I was to go, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe another 5 out of this one as well, and how much is in here? 12, a couple out of there. Those ones seem to fill up the most. Just a general looking at the... In fact, what I'm going to do is I'll actually get a small... That's about right. Get a small brush and give myself a little bit more room here so that next time I come across I could always take some stone with me. That hardly even dent... it actually used more than 1,000 landfill, surprisingly enough. So yeah, what I was saying was, now that we've built out that sole generation of titanium ore, and that's interesting. Power is actually struggling. We're able to generate 100 megawatts with these, but it's not enough. Why is that? Are we short of something? No, everything is running. They all have fuel. We're going to start struggling. Oh no, so it must have been just temporary. I may have to make some more solar. Possibly more of the accumulators is all that's really necessary to get it through the night a little bit better when everything's running, but there you go. Okay, so as I was saying, the titanium is one of the more complicated processes to map out. Let's go up to about there. I think I might even just come all the way over here. It's kind of why I got as much as I did. Not sure if I need water yet, but if I do, there is water up here. So probably all of this is just going to come back to bite me in the not too distant future. But now we have a bit of space. That's all the space we've really got for titanium plus silver plus tungsten, which are the next processes. I think that's the silver ore. As you can see, that's 3 plus hybrid, just like our titanium was 3 plus hybrid, and also tungsten is 3 plus hybrid. So we are more or less dealing with the same sort of situation as this. So I'm basically going to use this map to fill in here for silver and here for tungsten. Obviously there's a little bit of biter killing to be done first. This one I might even take out for the sniper turret so I can get the puffer nest. And there's one here as well, which is also probably sniper material. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about oxygen in here. Pretty sure it's the oxygen. If we had a better supply of oxygen, this would probably be enough. I've got a growing supply of sulfur, so it's certainly not that. Yeah, I'd like to get that right before I finalize what I'm doing there. Anyway, the titanium, I have noticed that there is this very interesting formula that says you can take titanium and add nickel to it, which we've researched, and double up the titanium. And now obviously since building all of the ore creation off site, we have not cut through this chest of nickel ingots that we'd built up over time. So having another use for nickel is fantastic. And now let me make sure that I'm not making a liar of myself, and that really is the nickel. Yes. So nickel has been sitting here waiting to go and not needed to for a long time because we just are not using it. So using that formula is definitely the way to go. I have no idea how much on this stuff we need to get rid of as well, because it's kind of very much in the way. I am tempted to temporarily... am I out of warehouses? I know I've been starting to use them. I may well be. Do I have warehouses in there? It doesn't look like it. I think I'd like to have warehouses on hand. Always. Probably not more than 10, which I think is a stack, or even quite good to have slightly less than the stack max of these things. I need to move this, basically. It's kind of in my way. I might kind of construct this titanium in reverse. to make sure there's enough space when I get down to the bottom. So I'll push upwards rather than downwards. Where is the... we should be in it around here. So hopefully there is... well, we're probably going to get filled up with a whole lot of other stuff, actually, which could be a problem. Maybe I will temporarily turn rail off, because I don't need rail at the moment. These other things are just top-ups, largely. Faster bots would be helpful. I guess that's quite a long bus. If you're wondering why I'm only really building on one side, which is part of why it's getting so long, it's because this side needs to keep on expanding with all the extra products that we add in. And I don't really want to box myself in, even though perhaps here I am actually close to boxing in, but I can move this out, and it probably will get moved out. Do we have any of these yet? No, apparently. Surely we have some. Because I know that I'm building them somewhere. Yeah, we've got 5 down there. And that's in a storage chest. It's been filled up with all sorts of other junk, but that's beside the point. I just build them slowly because I don't normally need a whole lot at once. We have 2, good. That's basically what I wanted to have happen. And I'm going to run away now. I obviously need to extend it still further so that the green circuits, the stone and the pipes and so on. In fact, while we're near the pipes, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need some. So let's get a few. How's my stone supply? I don't have a lot. Let's get some stone as well, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need that as well. I don't know why I have crystal catalyst, because I'm not going to need that. So anyway, coming back here, and we're not building any of these machines yet still. I probably don't want to go too much further down than that for the final process. So if this was the final process, do we go directly from titanium ingot, not recipe usage, titanium ingot goes to molten titanium. The usage is to either build the sheet coil or the titanium plate. Okay, so if you build sheet coil, you've got this fancy recipe. I think we want to go, we're just going molten titanium to titanium plate in normal casting machines. So, see, that's all of this expense to get titanium, or double it with manganese, which I mentioned early on, and I have kind of gone back on using manganese for now. Titanium, nickel, the other options, we're short enough on aluminium, we don't want to do that in tin, we're using them all the time, so I don't really even like this formula. We don't have chrome yet, and cobalt we've started to use, so not quite as good as the nickel, in my opinion. So, I guess, do I need an induction furnace 2? Should I just assume I need an induction furnace 2? Or would an induction furnace 1 suffice? I really don't know what the demand is going to be like. Maybe we start with an induction furnace 1, and I'll give it 3 of these guys. Induction furnace, blast furnace. No, I don't have any on me. Induction furnace. Induction furnace 1. Yes, I do have one on me, so let's just get out to here, and as I said, this is in the way, so I basically want to unload that into actually, where... No, no, that's it's way down there. I was going to put a belt all the way down to there, but that's not going to work. For the time being, what I want to do is just unload that into a warehouse over there. That'll do. Just get this stuff out of here. Now, induction furnace, you are going to do that recipe. Nickel and titanium ingots. So we have to get nickel ingots over there. These are nickel ingots. It should be relatively easy to get some nickel ingots up there. Let's do that first. We're actually using some nickel ingots, which is nice to see. I might need another lead at some point, so I guess I don't want to have it higher than there, so let's bring it down here. So we'll probably get a little bit of demand going on the nickel, which I'm quite happy about. Fast stack inserter should do. So, how do we get to the point of putting titanium ingots into here? We need to get to this one. Titanium sponge or titanium pellets, which we don't have. So we have to make titanium sponge. This is made in a blast furnace. So do I have any blast furnaces on me? Yes, I have a blast furnace 1. So you are going to make, not titanium ingot, no, titanium. Oh, yes, you are making titanium ingot from sponge. That's what you're doing. So we have to make the sponge still, but at least we know that you can do that. And you need a fuel, which, you know, of course you do, because that's how it goes. I guess I can probably do something like, what sort of belt is that? Basic. And how wide is this? Can we get across? Yeah, of course we can. So we can get up to there. That gets us from sponge to ingot. So we now need to get to sponge. That needs titanium tetrachloride, which needs a chemical furnace. This makes 4 sponge per second. If we go back, we need 6 sponge a second. So 4 sponge per second is not actually enough. We really need a chemical furnace 2. I think they're in there. Not, no, they can't be. They must be in here. Chemical furnace 1, chemical furnace 2. Yes, I think we'll make the chemical furnace 2 on the basis of that discovery. So we're going to need some clay bricks. All right, let's get those clay bricks. Oh, I think I need to boost glass again as well. That's another thing that I noticed. glass just isn't happening fast enough. Over here. Clay brick. Chemical furnace 2. I really should get some more of these machines made. But for now, I guess will suffice. How much more have you guys got? Tons. That's annoying because we're running into you. Chemical furnace 2. There we go. You are making titanium sponge. And you're probably getting it from above and feeding your titanium sponge into here. It just needs sponge to make ingots. Okay, so now titanium tetrachloride. TiCl4. Processed titanium, carbon and chlorine in a chemical furnace. Right, how much of this do we need to make? Let's go back one recipe. We need to use 120 titanium tetrachloride to make 24 titanium sponge. So, 120. This one makes 120. We need it to be done in 4 seconds, which is a chemical furnace 3. Why is this one still pretending that it's got work to do? Ah, it's not. It just refreshes every so often, that's right. I should turn that message off. Which you can do. Let me just see. Escape settings, mod settings per player. These are all the messages that the TSM Outpost Builder does. The network found message. Yeah, let's not have that one. That should turn it off. So we could either have a level 3 machine or we have 2 level 1 machines. I think we'll go with the 2 level 1 machines because it gives us more flexibility. What does this need? It doesn't need anything that's too out there. But the level 1s are fairly easy. We're now missing iron. Let's get some more iron. I kept thinking this is iron. They all start looking alike after a while. 1, 2. How are you guys going? Yeah. Okay, so chemical furnace. The other one will go here, I guess. Oh, there's 2. Okay, right. So, given the choice of 24 titanium ore or 8 processed titanium, we know the 8 processed titanium is going to be more efficient. The other resources are the same, so we're obviously going to go for this one. I need you there. Probably need you over 1. Which would mean... actually, let me just see how this would look. Right. So, I guess... we can't force it to print that there. But that's basically what I'm going to do. So I guess we'll leave you where you are. So your ingredients then are carbon and chlorine gas. I know we have chlorine gas nearby. In fact, this is chlorine gas here. We have tons of it. We're even burning it off at times. So getting chlorine gas up here is not such an issue. We have carbon just here as well. 1, 2, 3. I guess we need that to get the carbon. Chlorine. So now we're looking for processed titanium. And the amount of that we need is 8. We need 1 processed titanium a second. So that shouldn't be too hard. That's 1 processed titanium a second. A single ore processing machine 1 will suffice for that. So let's get 2 ore processing machine 1s. I already have 1. We're going to need 1 more. There should be fine, and that's processed titanium. And that actually is the entirety of it. I thought it was going to be more complicated than that, but it turns out that it's not. And of course, how much do you produce? 240 every 4 seconds. So how long do you take to convert to plates? Whoops, that's the one that we want. 4. That's 1 a second. We can actually supply 6 level 1 machines. That is kind of amazing. Maybe I should get 3 of the level 2 machines then. And of course I've got no room for them, as expected. Too much landfill. Of course, too much landfill. What are we going to temporarily get rid of? There it is. Alright, I need casting machine. We're missing steel. Yeah, we're just missing steel. I didn't need to insert any more. Okay, that's there. So 2, 3. That didn't quite. Why are we building that again? I already have one. Alright, it's going to cause me trouble in a moment. Oh, that's an induction furnace. Casting machine 1. Okay, so I need a casting machine 2. And another one. I must have just built it. I keep clicking on the wrong thing here. I don't know what I'm thinking. Some pipe. We can increase this, obviously, if we need to. And that will be titanium coming down there. How are you doing? You're getting there. Let's just see. That should do for product coming in. Can we get through here? Yep. If we're only going to use slow belt, which I guess we may as well, we're going to need a bit more. We're actually going to need a lot more, so maybe I will put some of this landfill away. I'll go down to our warehouse at our so-called Make Everything stop, which is not serviced properly yet to be a Make Everything stop, but we'll go down to it anyway. And we'll fill the warehouse up with all of that landfill, because it's bound to be able to use it. And in that case, this I'm going to boost it up to, okay, 500. But I probably won't wait for my slow bots to bring that all to me. I'll just go and grab it. How much we got on there? We got 600. That's nice. Oh, damn it. Alright, never mind. Bots playing games. I still am not used to this new inventory management they've got where you have to tick things. But not to worry. Not to worry. Okay, first of all, every second one of these needs to be a near. I probably don't need fast inserters, but not too bad. You can have a stack inserter there. Yeah, something like that. Now, gold comes from here, but actually I've only used 2 of the products here, so I think I want to put titanium into this one. Quite sure why I built these guys coming up here. It's probably to build out this area. We don't really need... Oh, I've just gotten rid of all of that. That's awkward. I should have kept a little bit. Because the way I see it, the base products that we need are titanium, or the ones that we haven't got already are titanium, silver and tungsten. So this can take 2 more, this can take 1 more, and it can be sort of this sort of pattern, although it will come on this side. So yeah, I'm going to go back. Sorry about this, guys. I'm going to go back and grab a little bit more of our landfill, unless there happens to be some sitting in there, which there is. So we'll use that just to give us a bit more space here. We didn't actually use that much. What are you? You are a fast filter inserter, so we'll get a couple of those. I don't have any fast stack filter inserters then. And you'll be titanium ore. And you'll be a near offset. And we'll put you on a slow belt. So probably don't want to be any closer than that. Maybe I should just come out to the other side of gold here. Although this is going to be slightly problematic, but never mind. I should really have had gold up here. I mean, I could fix it, but it doesn't matter. Bus-based solution is temporary. Oh. How are you doing? A long way to go still. Let's do that. Okay, let's set our request for some titanium up here. We need a decider combinator. I don't think I have, whoops, this one. I don't think I have any, at least they're easy and cheap to build. And you will be, oh, more green wire. What are we short of? Probably green circuit, yeah. Maybe a bit more. Okay, so you can go to there, this wire can go to there, and we need another requester lamp. We're using trains on the way. I wonder if we should be a little bit more careful about that. So no, we do need trains on the way, so we only order 1. Okay. Titanium ore, less than 8k. We'll make this a P. No, QR. Make it an R, PQR. And if trains on the way is less than R, then we want titanium ore, titanium ore. And because the train filled up correctly yesterday, because it was actually yesterday when I filmed the last one, we are getting a delivery of our titanium ore here right now. And yeah, the stack inserters can't swing very often on such a slow belt, but that will come through and give us our titanium ore very soon. Got a long way to go still. Alright, so this now has to find a way onto the bus. What we could do, so the bus that it's going to go on, I guess, is this one here. Is that correct? Yes, I think so. I don't think this gets any worse as we go down. So, yes, you need to be titanium. We'll probably run out of this belt. Need some more, but that's okay. Okay, let's keep going up. So I probably want to bring it in sort of like this, which would mean ideally we do something like that and connect up the dots there. Okay, landfill. This is where we don't worry so much about this mess. Maybe I go on the other side of the chlorine. Just because we can. What the hell? Maybe I should change that to yellow. I guess it doesn't really matter. And there you go, we've only got 57 belt left. But, importantly, you need some power. Looks like we are very close to our first titanium coming off the line. $480. It would have helped if I'd given these recipes, right? Molten titanium. Where's your ingots? You got 60 ingots in there. Why are we not loading? Is this actually 2 gaps rather than 1? 60. Oh, you've already made 480. There we go. I just needed to rotate that. It's good to see some nickel finally getting used up. Yeah, we're going to speed you up for sure. I actually want to remove this as soon as I can. But we have titanium. Okay, what does titanium let us do? The most important thing from my point of view is to get this guy as soon as possible, because what does it give me? Doesn't it give me inventory size bonus 20, whereas this one that I'm using is inventory size bonus 10? Haven't I been cursing about this constantly? I need processing units. Okay. Processing units. They're probably the next thing I'm going to build then. What does processing unit need? There you go. Processing unit needs titanium plate and logic circuit board. That one needs integrated electronics. Good, we can do all of that. It needs superior circuit board. Uses more ferric chloride solution, which I'm not against. The only thing that we're not currently doing for these boards is the fiberglass board. The fact that it's not here, does that mean it's a Bob thing? Sorry, an angel thing that is hidden somewhere. Fiberglass board. Glass, fiber, and liquid resin. Ugh. Glass, fiber. Okay. That seems to be the trickiest part of this. Glass fiber. So we need to sort out glass somewhat better. What about the science, the next sciences? That needs this guy. Centrifuge, tungsten plate, so we can't get to there without tungsten. And processing units, which again brings us full circle. Oh, and this thing, which needs a ruby, which is fine, we can do that. And I have some of these weird sciences now. Like this one, which is really just a combination of other sciences, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me why it even exists. Why have a science which is simply made up of other sciences? You can make the other sciences, so that's it. What's the point? Anyway, so to make steel and tungsten, silver and tungsten, I basically want to get my recipe book. I think that's the one. and insert that. It's probably facing the wrong direction at that point. I just threw it in the middle. It's interesting. Yeah, that would probably be facing in the wrong direction, but if I put it down here, that would be facing the right direction. To do it here, I mean, we really just need to, it's not that big a deal. We just need to reverse where the outpost station is. So there's a little bit of landfill that I need to put in place. Both those locations. I might actually be tungsten that I need next, because I didn't get the impression that you needed silver in any of that stuff. No. So silver is not the high priority, tungsten is, and this one is probably easier to do than this. Well, who knows? Probably makes no difference. But I'll make this one tungsten, because that'll be next. Why don't I? You probably still have tons of that stuff in there, right? Ooh. I wonder what was in there. Carbon monoxide. You have no carbon monoxide. How come? Because you have no purified water. Pop-up valve. And you go nowhere. You're putting all of your saline water into there. Purified water. Where are you coming from? Nowhere. You're just dying there, and nowhere. So there was a tiny bit in the pipes, and that's it. Okay. Where else do I have some purified water, if anywhere? There must be some around. Or do I need to make some more? Is that the only way I can make... Surely there's other ways I can make carbon monoxide. Simple ways. What are you needed for again? You're needed for this nickel process. It needs carbon monoxide. Maybe I'll quickly look up nickel. Haven't had to worry about nickel for quite some time. Nickel, whoops. Nickel. That's one of 3. Nickel cathode. Or nickel carbonyl. Going around in a circle. We can't do that one anyway. What about the cathode? Process nickel and sulfuric acid. You have to think that's easier. Yeah. Let's make nickel cathode in a chemical furnace. Sulfuric acid. Let's just see if I have sulfuric acid. Anywhere. That's fairly full of sulfuric acid. I don't know where that's coming from. That's sulfur dioxide. It's not actually sulfuric acid. Sulfur dioxide. It's a byproduct of this process. And it also looks like it ends up in a flare stack because it's also coming off here, sulfur dioxide. So if we have sulfur dioxide, oh, we need purified water again for sulfur dioxide, don't we? I think so, for sulfur. Sulfuric acid, yes, we need purified water. What are you actually doing, if anything? 0 sulfuric wastewater. There is purified water right here. Ends there. Where does it come from? Goes nowhere. This thing here. Appears to make some purified water. So we can get purified water. This goes nowhere. I don't know what we're actually doing with this purified water if it's going nowhere. It might not be enough to do anything useful. I'll try and use this supply and we'll see where we get to. So the nickel is in totally a terrible place at this point, since we want to change the formula. What's that, a blast furnace? Or do we? Let's get rid of this mechanism for starters. What is your criteria? Nickel ore and carbon monoxide. Well, I can probably get rid of this machine. Or I could just not worry about it and connect up the purified water again. It must have connected to something up here at one point in the past. I think I should make them more efficient, even though we've been struggling with, so what are you doing? Sulfur dioxide gas is coming off. Oh, you're different. You're not the product that we're after. It's this one. So if I made cathode, if I changed you to make nickel ingot off nickel cathode, the nickel cathode is made in a chemical furnace. I guess I'll make the two. At the end of the day, using these more efficient processes basically comes down to a desire to get the most bang for our buck from sulfuric acid. A bang for our buck from our mineral sludge stuff. Okay, and you need, actually, let's twist that to the side. You also need processed nickel. For every 4 seconds, basically. For every 4 seconds. 1 every second. Is that right? Yeah, 4. So 1 a second for processing machine. That's right, we've got an extra anyway. If you are doing processed nickel, you make 1 a second. I think actually is fast enough. Alright, so we just need to reroute nickel over to here. What sort of belt are you on? Basic, okay. And this one here. Where is it? Nickel, nickel, nickel. Get out of my system. Now, the sulfuric acid. Chem plant. Petrochem. I'll get a chem plant too. Where is all that sulfur dioxide? Here it is. It could fit there. Sulfuric acid. I might even do that. Although it's kind of buying a problem because I might need the sulfuric acid for something else. But never mind. So you need this stuff, which is easy enough to hook into. I'll just make that continuous pipe. And now if I can find where that water is, it's kind of over here, isn't it? If we could make it sort of come through along here, that would be great. And since this doesn't actually go anywhere, I'm betting that we actually can. Just under there. There we go. So this is probably a setup for removing nickel ore from somewhere else. That unloading is kind of garbage. I just want to check over here if I left any nickel ore. I think that might be nickel ore. If it is, I will see about transferring it to somewhere more useful. And maybe we need to unload faster or something. Yes, your nickel ore. So what we'll do is we'll move this mechanism that was feeding it in down there to up here. And do that. Let's go and get the rest of it. So that was the very original nickel that we had right at the beginning of the game that we never used. We're not sure what that is. Perhaps the same sort of thing for zinc. Nickel. There you go. So I could tell it to not draw from here at all. In fact, I will do that. You only get to draw from the other one when nickel equals 0. So it has to come from here first. Just get rid of all of that first, and then we'll start using this supply. I think all of that's nicely balanced. Let me just confirm. That's perfect. That's an oversupply of sulfuric, that's fine. We might actually need more or faster chemical furnace machine for the capability of this one. We're not unloading it fast enough, so I'll tell you what. Why don't I move this over here now? This setup is completely pointless. And you can be a offset near. What's going on? No cathodes. No sulfuric acid suddenly. No sulfur dioxide gas. Does this not actually connect up with a reliable source of sulfur dioxide gas? We probably don't need to be burning it off anymore, if that's the case. Lead makes some. Does look a little bit like it's not particularly reliable right now. You're a consumer. For sulfuric acid that goes nowhere. unless it's used over here somewhere. Oh look, you are actually used somewhere. Okay, well that supply is more used than I thought it was, so maybe I'd be better off just hooking into this sulfuric acid supply that we've got rather than having this process. It might be slightly better. We need to get to there, which means we probably need to come down here. And for the moment, let's do that, see what happens to our sulfuric acid supply. Maybe that will be a little bit more reliable. And what did this say? It said that we could actually support 2 of these machines for the output potential. Okay, we'll see if it ends up being an issue. But guys, I think we have probably done enough for today. We've got titanium happening. We have reinstated nickel. We're using up nickel. All those are good things. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.